My name is Photopulos. My microchurch is Safe Families for Children in Tampa. We are a local chapter of a global ministry. So Safe Families for Children exists to support families that are in crisis, families that are struggling, that aren't abusing or neglecting their kids, that need support so that abuse doesn't happen, but even more importantly, so that those kids aren't removed. They don't have a support system in place. And so Safe Families can kind of wrap that support around them to prevent those kids from going into foster care. What motivates me to advocate for these families? It's funny when I think about it because, God was wiring me and molding me for this well before I knew that I had a purpose. I grew up with not with either of my parents. My mom gave up her rights because she, struggled with addiction. And a few years ago when I came to know about Safe Families, it was abundantly clear that every single thing that God walked me through was for this, and so it's not, it's like a calling. It's like once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And so I can't not advocate for these children and families to be together. So I would say to anyone who feels moved to want to be the voice, I would say, do something. Like, everyone can do something, maybe you can't be the family that takes a child into your home, but could you be that person on the other end of a phone call where you're calling a parent to check in on them every week? There's small and large ways to serve. And I would say this as well, the blessing that comes from the service is far beyond, any kind of struggle that you're going to have in serving. Our world needs advocates because I think our culture kind of steers us in a direction where it's all about us. Most of us do a really good job at advocating for our kids in school or for our spouses or for ourselves. And, a lot of the families that come into Safe Families don't know how to do that. So I think it's important for those of us who look like we have it together to advocate for those who don't look like they have it together and bridge that gap, really.